Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future. This is the second week of 1962, and today it is the Denver Broncos visiting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Both teams won their opening week matchup, and this should be a very competitive game. However, nobody has yet lost to the computer since we made the jump from Pro to All Pro. So there is certainly a good 62. Not the best, though. And the Broncos are improved over last year, so I certainly don't expect to lose necessarily, but it's just certainly a possibility in this one. Looks like we have rain here in Pittsburgh. Let's see if that causes any problems. And there you see Bobby Lane getting his teammates ready, but of course, what you don't know is that animation makes no sense because Bobby Lane will not be playing today. He is out for another 6 weeks. There he is, coming out. Should be in street clothes, but I guess he dressed up for the event. The Broncos started the season off with a win in Oakland, 17-13, and now we're in Pittsburgh. So 2 road games to start the year. I get something about the internet not being good, so we do have a ice storm going on right now, so hopefully I don't lose power in the middle of this game or anything. Out comes Frank Tripucka. Over 70%, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, did not throw an interception, which is remarkable for Mr. Tripucka. Let's see. Of course, play the Steelers twice a year, but the Broncos, I don't think I've played the Steelers yet in Sack to the Future, so I really don't know how they like to attack people. And who's the offensive line real quick? Mingo and Stone are the backs. Lionel Taylor and Bob Scarpedo are the receivers. And Vinny has joined, but you won't see his comments, of course, because YouTube is still not letting comments work for me. I don't know what to do. I checked YouTube, make sure I haven't changed any settings or anything, but for some reason they're just not working anymore. Scarpedo in motion. They'll go to him, and he breaks a tackle and gets the first down. Okay. Another completion to Scarpedo, but he goes nowhere on that one. Again, the uniforms are not quite correct. The blue on the shirt should not be there. There's Michaels, Limpscomb, and Stockner are the defensive line. Tarasovic and Rieger, Padios, and Schmitz are the linebackers. Willie Daniel and Thomas are safeties. Keys is one of the corners. Samples the nickel corner, and I missed who the actual starting outside corner is. But the middle linebacker that they showed there, of course the Steelers play at 4-3. There you see they're lined up with the 4 defensive linemen. But they showed you 4 linebackers, and one of the middle ones they showed you was Padios, or I think that's how you say his name. He is actually a very good linebacker, but he's supposed to be hurt. I believe it was an injury. I have to double check on that, but for some reason he did not actually play in 62, but he was a Pro Bowler in 61, a Pro Bowler again in 63. So we have no control over that. We'll see how long he lasts, but don't be surprised if he does get hurt in this one, if they're going to let him play. There's Stone. Oh, he almost broke the tackle, but he could not break it. Oh yeah, that's correct. Again, comments aren't working, but Vinny was just reminding us that this is only week 2. So first of all, you guys know if you followed the Broncos that they had the disgusting brown and mustard scheme going on last year. Well, in real life 62, they actually went with a blue. I believe it was the blue helmet with that white horse. Until the TV guys told them, nope, that's not working, that looks horrible. So they went to the orange and white. I think it was the blue. It was either a blue helmet or it was the orange helmet with a blue Bronco. Either way, the TV cameras did not like it. So they changed to this, the orange and white. The helmet is correct, the pants are correct. But the shirt is slightly different. They will be completely correct when they play their home games if I ever get one. I want to say they did have the orange helmet, but it was the blue Bronco. Have to look that up again. Either way, to appease the TV crowd, which of course was important in the 60s to grow the sport, they did change to the orange helmet with the white logo. So the Broncos have come out with a surprisingly decent run game. They were all passing in 62. Passed for about almost 70% of their offense was passing. And there's Tripucka, hits Dixon, who fights his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So just like they did last week in Oakland, their first drive is picture perfect. But as you recall from last week, the offense got colder and colder as the game went on, and they had to hold it on with their defense to win that one 17-14. Here, a 9-play, 77-yard drive ends in a touchdown. Let's hope that their offense doesn't fall off. And also hope that they can stop that man, John Henry Johnson, who's probably going to be a workhorse today with the fact that Bobby Lane is injured. There's Johnny Sample, the cornerback and also kick returner. Oh, what? I thought for sure Bobby Lane, I thought they said he was out for 6 weeks. All right, well, that's why he's dressed up. He's playing through it. He had something broken. I swear I looked at the injury report and there was something broken on him. He was supposed to be out for 6 weeks, but he's playing through it. So, Bobby Lane, the Iron Man. It was not his real nickname. I'm just saying that because... Oh, but now it's not Bobby Lane. What is going on? There is Brown. Brown over from the Bears is playing because, of course, Bobby Lane is hurt. So... whatever, Madden. So it is Ed Brown quarterbacking the Steelers. He is not a bad player. I know he was on the Bears. He's not a bad backup. He's not Bobby Lane, though, so I will take it. There's the man, though, John Henry Johnson. We got a pretty much make Ed Brown show us that he can beat us, because we know that that man can. There's Bradshaw, Sandusky, Nutter, Lemick, and James, the offensive line. There's John Henry Johnson and Joe Womack, Buddy Dial, Harlan Hill, another Bear on the outside. And they have a very good tight end. I can't recall his name, and I missed it right there, but I'm sure he will get a catch pretty soon. Oh, thanks, Vinny, for checking that out. Vinny, the researcher extraordinaire, able to find out that it's a dislocated hip that Bobby Lane is out with. So it didn't stop him from dressing up and dancing on the field. Joyce, McFadden, and Lassiter are your defensive linemen. There you got Frazier, McDaniel, Erlinson, and Ronelt, the linebackers. Zeman and Goose, the big guys in the middle. Again, the safeties are by far the best part of this defense. Oh, my guy slipped in the rain. Luckily, the computer was able to make the tackle, and that does bring up a 4th down. Quick pass from Brown over to, is that Buddy Dye? No, it's Hoke. So Brown goes 3 for 3 on that drive, but they will punt. There's the Lions and Packers. It looks like that game will be a simulation game. Retrospect, I probably should have brought you that game as the bonus game rather than the Eagles and the Vikings, but that's okay. It was fun to see Fran Tarkenton and Mason and everybody healthy. Marshall. There we're looking at some big hits that have happened already. I don't know why they gotta point that out. All right, Broncos perfect on the first drive. Looking to do the same thing here. What do we got? Buka goes back. Goes short to Mingo. Tripuka off to a 5 for 5 start. And not taking sacks like he did against Oakland, so just keep this kind of offense up, as it seems to be a better plan. There you see many games going on. Another pass underneath to Mingo, so Mingo being used in the passing game today. Broncos over 100 yards. So, as far as action, the Bears have already played on this channel. John M. has brought you both his games as the Oilers lost to the Colts. That was also on the Vinny X Wolf channel. And his Giants took down the Redskins. The Browns have played. The Cowboys have played. So what do we still have? We still have the Rams. On the Tears 89 channel, the Rams should be playing a semi-pro team, I believe. And that game should happen tomorrow. And on the Vinny X Wolf channel, depending if I have time after this game to rate. Oh, wait, no. Yes, the Dallas Texans. Then you might get the bonus game of the Texans and Raiders tomorrow. Regardless, even if that doesn't happen, you should get the Buffalo Bills and San Diego Chargers on the Vinny X Wolf channel tomorrow. So lots of action still to come, even though we're more than halfway through week 2. And that takes us all the way through the first quarter. Broncos controlling the game so far, but again, They controlled it against the Raiders early, and it became a very scary game that they had to hold on to at the end. Scarpedo in motion. Give it to Mingo, this time as a runner. 27 yards on 3 carries, not a bad start. Hear the crowd trying to get the Steelers into it with the "Here we go Steelers" chant. Here's Scarpedo. Scarpedo has been the target here today. Already at 50 yards. Came over from the Chargers. He was a Charger last year. Helped knock the Broncos out of the playoffs in that terrible Week 17 matchup. It's 1961. But now he's on the good team. Oh, man. Mingo gets slammed in the backfield. It's Big Daddy Lipscomb. Okay, let's not run directly into him ever again. Completion underneath to Scarpedo. Tribuca 8 of 8 to start the game off. Third and 7 though. Scarpedo again. Did he get in? No, he's down at the 1. First and goal from the 1. Six minutes left in the first half. Broncos need to get the touchdown here. I'll give it to Dixon, and he's in for the touchdown. Mingo puts the point after through, so a quick 14-0 lead for the Broncos. Broncos offense, passing offense is good in 62, and they have 2 good safeties. The rest of their defense is not good, and their running offense is not supposed to be good, but so far this season their running offense has been fine, which is given them a balanced team on offense and a better than I thought defense so far. Again, it's only been not even a quarter and a half. But it is nice to have 2 good safeties to at least stop the big plays from happening. What? All right. So someone was a little excited, and that's going to cost us 5 yards. Bud McFadden just barreling through the line. Wow. So I gotta believe Bobby Lane would have gotten rid of that ball or scrambled or something. Brown just kind of stood back there. Here's a fake handoff, and then he just sits there. Doesn't flinch, really, like a freaking statue, which I'll take it, but it just didn't look right. Oh, we can't do this. Let's go with one of these. Oh, handoff to Johnson. And nice little gain there. 2 carries, 12 yards. That is the best part of their offense. So the Broncos, again in 62, almost all passing. About 70% of their offense was through the air. The Steelers were quite the opposite. I think they had 200 more rushing attempts than they did passing attempts. So if the computer was going to do it right, they would go to Johnson early and often. There they go to him in the passing game, and the ball was knocked out and a nice hit. So the Steelers will be punting again, and the Broncos have a chance to open up a commanding lead if they can score on this next drive. Brown, also the punter. He's the quarterback and punter today. Oh, Mingo. You'll see Mingo a lot as the running back, kick and punt returners, and place kicker. And there he is, Mingo, 4 carries, 24 yards. He's coming back onto the field, even though he's the man that just returned the kick. And then that's actually a lie all the way around, as Mingo's not even on the field. It is Stone as the tailback in this formation. So Stone getting brought down by number 67. Stone has 24 yards on 5 carries. Broncos are up to 158 total yardage. Whoops, what play did I pick? Apparently I picked that play. Hand off to Stone, he gets a couple yards. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Oh no, the ball's knocked out by number 27. Nice play, unfortunately. And there's an injury, but they're not going to tell us who it's to. Frazier will come out to punt. With the wind at his back, he's able to bomb that through for like a 60-something yard punt. Well, this happened to the Raiders. They, I don't think I started with 2 quick touchdowns, but I think I had 14 points after 3 drives, and then the offense really only got 3 more points the rest of the game. So let's hope that we're not going to fall asleep on offense here. There's Harlan Hill, the ex-Barry member on this channel. You saw Harlan Hill with a diving touchdown grab to clinch the Super Bowl last year in '61. Now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. He is coming to the end of his career, though. He's lost a step from last year to this year, I believe, although he looked fine on that play. Oh, and they were going to Harlan Hill, and that might be exactly what I was talking about last year. Ooh, what's going on there? The number 45, McMillan, letting them have it. Teasing him a little bit about the fact that he's getting old, and maybe a younger Harlan Hill catches up and makes that catch. Dang it. I jump out of the way like a moron. And McFadden gets through and sacks at Brown for his 2nd sack and brings up a 4th down. So Brown will stay in. He changed his jersey number real quick, but he does stay in the punt. And this is a short punt again. The wind is on the Broncos side right now in this quarter. Upset alert down below. You see the Washington Redskins take the lead on the Giants 3-0. Trapuka 9 of 10. Good start. See if that continues. Hopefully it does. Oh, Frazier and Keys were in a matchup there. Keys swatted it away at the last second. That was a nice play for the corner. You saw Frazier was in there as Scarpetto was a little bit slightly injured. I mean, he'll be back in the second half. I'm sure he might even be back before the second half. But right now it's Frazier, at least on this series. There, Keys trips him up before he can get too far. Brings up a third and a 2. And Mingo absolutely destroyed as they call the run blitz, and it was a perfect call by the Steelers. And that's the 2-minute warning. So the Broncos will punt on the other side of it unless I change my mind. Now we'll go ahead and do the real punt. And that's going to go into the end zone again for the touchback. Carpenter is the tight end of the Steelers, by the way. Very talented tight end. Why did I run right past him? There's Johnson, the receiver, gets all the way upfield until a Goose can knock him out of bounds at the 41. Now Brown's back there with no backs. Oh! And why does my guy have gloves on? Uh-oh. What's going on with number 47? I have to check 47. Thought it was like... Huh. He's got the little pads and the black gloves. Makes me think that perhaps the computer signed someone for my team or something. Oh. Luckily, Brown did not see the guy getting open because the slot guy was coming open, and he threw to a guy that was triple teamed. Again, the fact that I'm not ashamed to go up against the Steelers without their starting quarterback, I'm fine with it. Oh, I'm not fine with missing tackles, though, like that. Idiot. It's all my fault. Okay, I need to start playing better with my individual guy. It's Denver's third sack. Check something out here for a second. feels good. Don't need that. Yes. I don't know why this happens so much. I think it's because I have multiple profiles, but if you noticed earlier, my camera was back at the super zoom, which kind of tips me off that they decided to reset everything. Luckily, they kept the movement, or the special moves by the ball carrier that kept off at least, but they turned off a bunch of other stuff that I usually like on, so. And that'll do it for the first half. So the Broncos have a shutout in the first half after I've spent 6 quarters telling everyone how the strength of the Broncos in 62 is their passing offense and the weakness is their defense outside of the 2 stud safeties. And it's making me look like a liar, as the Broncos won game 1 because of their defense. And they're playing very good defense here today. Neither team's turned the ball over, but the Broncos definitely the team with more yardage. However, it's only a 2-score game, and the Steelers will get the ball. And you see the Giants have just gotten the game close right before half. And Bobby Lane comes out. Bobby Lane with the dislocated hip running onto the field. He is going to tell his guys what to do in the huddle because, again, he has a dislocated hip. So he's going to go ahead and let Brown run the play. He just wanted to come in and call the play. Oh, boy. Johnson's averaging 6 yards a carry. He is the stud of the team. Is it me playing good defense, or is it the computer not running the right plays? Because I'm pretty sure if I was playing one of the other guys and they were controlling the Steelers, we would see a lot more of Johnson, and I'm not sure how good my defense would do against him. There's Johnson again. Another nice gain right up the middle. Johnson again breaks it to the outside. Zeman gets his first tackle of the game, 5th of the season. No, 2nd tackle of the game, 5th of the season. But the AI may have actually learned something. Went in and made a halftime adjustment because they are using their best offensive player now all of a sudden. And the Broncos defense is showing that they have a problem against the run. Here's a nice hit to knock the ball. Hit made by Rowland. Rolling the corner. And that's Womack, the rookie, gets a 3-yard gain, brings up 3rd and 7. That should be forcing the Steelers to pass. And again, with Bobby Lane in there, it'd be a little bit more dangerous. Good quarterback and good running back. But with Brown, he's okay. He's an average quarterback, but not the same as Bobby Lane. He comes through with a nice completion there, though. And Brown is not bad today, 9 of 14. The Steelers. Oh. That's their tight end, Carpenter. Very good overall tight end. And now the Steelers came out running, and now everything is predicated off the run. And it's suddenly become a feel like all of a sudden the defense cannot do a thing. And it's because the coaches started calling the right game plan, but doesn't make me any happier about it. Oh, idiot. Brown comes through with another completion. He's up to 99 yards, and it's a 1st and goal. Would love to stop and do a field goal here. Wow. Johnson walks in untouched for the touchdown. John Henry Johnson. I knew it was going to be hard to keep him out of the end zone, and I was not wrong. Just like week 1, the Broncos go into the locker room feeling confident, but come out and realize this is going to be a tight game in the second half. Michaels puts it home, the defensive lineman / place kicker. You see the Colts all over the Oilers. That's without Johnny Unitas, by the way. Johnny Unitas, like Bobby Lane, be out for a few weeks, but it's not a hit for Unitas. I believe it's a shoulder. I don't know which shoulder. I believe it's the non-throwing shoulder. So Trapuka comes back out. He needs to get some more points on the board. First 2 drives were fantastic. The last 2 have not been as well designed or executed. Oh, man. Schmitz comes flying in. And Barry Stone in the backfield. Ah! Trapuka overthrows Frazier on that one. Suddenly it's 3rd and 11. This game has turned. Does not feel like it did the first couple drives. Need to make a play to turn the momentum around, as I can feel it just slipping away here. There's the play we needed. Scarpato makes the play and then slows down. He was fighting an injury earlier. I hope it's not to his leg, because he just basically was out of gas after he caught it. But it was the big play they needed. Did not want to give the ball right back to the Steelers right away there. Stone slams forward for a yard or 2. Croup on the tackle. Stone ripped down by Schmitz again. Schmitz has had some violent tackles today. You see the Cowboys getting closer against the Bears. It's now 21-14 in that one. Of course, you can check out that game in its entirety here or on the Tears 89 channel. And Tripucka just throws that out of bounds, and that'll bring up a punt. No. Punting from the 43. No, let's go for it. Let's go for it, but let's do something that's going to work. Broncos go for it here. Let's see. And Frazier's open in the middle of the field. Tripucka hits him this time instead of throwing it over his head. So Tripucka is still making plays on third down. Which is, or fourth down, sorry. Third or fourth down. When I need him most, he's making the plays. That's the idea. Mingo's back in there, but same result. Mingo and Stone finding a lot less room now since the halftime break. Scarpedo with the block, and Frazier able to get a few yards. Gets it to a 3rd and 6. Scarpedo makes the catch. Isn't enough. It is enough for the first down. He just stretches the ball across. Nice play by Scarpedo, who has been the best receiver on the Broncos today. Mingo up the middle. 2 yards. And Tripucka goes down. Schmitz again. Been possessed here in the second half. All right, 3rd and 15. All 3 wide receivers on the left. Complete to Taylor, but well short of the first down. That was Lionel Taylor's first catch of the day. Mingo just does squeeze inside the upright. It is good, and the Broncos stretch it out to a 10-point lead, 17-7. Week 1, the Broncos were able to beat the Raiders 17-13. Here it's a 17-7 game. They do not come as easy with the Broncos as they do with the Bears, but that's what's kind of cool about controlling multiple teams. I mean, there will be some years, let's think, late 80s, where both of my teams, if we ever get there, where both of my teams will be good at the same time. But here, and actually in the mid-70s, both my teams will be good for a year or two. Not as consistently good, but we'll have a year or two, especially 77. Whoa, Brown just misses wildly on that one. And that's the 3rd quarter. So 1 quarter to go. Broncos lead by 10 here in Pittsburgh. I was going to say, a lot of times you will see this where, at least throughout the 60s, this is probably the best team I'm going to have for all of the 60s is the 62 team for the Broncos. The Bears will just continue to draft more and more talent. So games will, in theory, get easier and easier for the Bears and remain hard for the Broncos for quite a while. Start evening off in the 70s, and then you'll actually see the Broncos become my better team in the early 70s. Oh, nice coverage by the man wearing the interesting uniform again. Check out those sleeves. They two-handed off to Hoke. And he loses 2 yards. It's his first carry. But it's not a good one. They were trying to trick the Broncos on 3rd and 10. Didn't work, and now they will have to punt again, and the Broncos can start working on the clock. Now, when your quarterback is also your punter, definitely brings the fake punt into play, but so far the Steelers have played it straight on their punting. And there's Bob Scarpato with 8 catches, 112 yards. He has definitely been the man, as Lionel Taylor has been only thrown to once, or at least completed only one pass to Taylor so far today. Why did I throw it there? Should have been picked off, but 3 Steelers take turns dropping it. It's not the right play. Oh! Taylor blocks the wrong guy. That's going to count as Scarpato's first rush attempt. Glad he caught it. That would have been a fumble had he not. Third and 11. So it didn't work for the Steelers. It certainly didn't work for the Broncos either. 3rd and 10, trying to sneak a run in there. Neither defense fooled, so we take turns punting to each other. Now I think the wind's actually in my face, so let's see how good Frazier can do in this circumstance. Still not a bad... Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe... Do I have the wind again? I had it in the 2nd quarter. Maybe I do have the wind again here in the 4th quarter. That's right, I do. Okay, great. Well, that's good since the Steelers need a field goal. It's good to know they do not have the wind at their back. Oh, diving catch by Johnson. Now, Brown's at 60%, 119 yards, so he's not played bad. He just doesn't have the big play. At least so far, he hasn't pulled off the big play like Bobby Lane may have. Johnson makes one move, but does get tackled before he gets the first down. Still averaging over 6 yards a carry. And with 5.5 minutes to go, they could still use him. We'll see how the AI coaches this thing, but they don't have to go all out passing yet. Oh, there's a nice play. The Goose comes up into the box and makes the stop on Johnson. And they are going to go for it. They're not going to try a fake punt or anything, even though Brown is both the punter and the quarterback. They're going to play it straight, bring the regular offense out. Johnson is not in the backfield. Looks like Womack is over there on the side, though. And he drops the ball. Buddy Dial could not hold on. He was hit immediately by Rowenholt. Nice play by the Broncos defense. And now excellent field position. And Tripucka just gets sacked. There's Michaels with the sack. Okay, 3rd and 4. First down would be great to be able to take a bunch of time off the clock here. We'll call draw play the Stone, and he will fight and get the first down. Nice run, Stone. It's up to 51 yards now and 11 carries, and Broncos can start working on the clock. Mingo runs into a bunch of traffic. 20 yards on 9 carries. That's Michaels, who's kind of a beast when you get to look at him up close. Mingo just not getting anything going. 10 carries, 21 yards. But the Broncos have brought it down to just 3 minutes to go, which is the most important part of this drive. Scarpedo will get the first down. Tripucka up to 199 as far as passing yards go. First and goal from the 2. Mingo could not cut back for some reason. Mingo's just not feeling it today. Oh my gosh, Mingo fumbles the football. Luckily, the slowest man on the field was the guy who recovered it, Struger, and only gets it out to the 38, but what a disastrous play. The only good part of that is we do get the 2-minute warning out of the way, but my gosh. Looking like I was going in for a score to put this thing completely away. Mingo fumbles the ball. I knew Mingo wasn't feeling that. Should have put Stone in. Anyways, that is the first turnover of the game from either team. But with 2 minutes to go, now the Steelers down by 10, and with good field position, this It's definitely a turning moment in the game, and they'll hand it off to Johnson. And there's Brown throwing. That was a errant throw. It looks like off the bat that was a bad throw, but actually I think if he makes a quote-unquote more accurate throw, I pick it off. So perhaps he did that on purpose, or perhaps it was dumb luck. There's Harlan Hill making a big catch. That's what Harlan Hill does. 90 seconds to go. Broncos up by 10. Steelers haven't used a timeout yet, though. That's the, oh boy, Carpenter, the big tight end, right down the slot. I have got to make them use a timeout here, otherwise they can get the ball back. Come on. Back of the end zone. There's a flag. Did he even catch it in bounds? What's going on here? Yeah, he was out of bounds before he caught it. I think he did jump back into the... 1 minute, 7 seconds to go now. Try to get a sack here, Lassiter. Oh boy, Johnson makes the catch, but the momentum, Brown a little bit inaccurate, just enough to make Johnson stretch too far to catch it, and it brought his momentum out of bounds. And, oh, there is the touchdown pass. My goodness. Brown hits Mack in the end zone, and suddenly we have ourselves a same score as last week, actually, 17-13. But now the Steelers are closer than the Raiders ever got. It's 17-14. They have all 3 timeouts, but I assume there's Bobby Lane. Very good. Show us Bobby Lane stats. 0 for 0 with 0 yards, of course, because again he's hurt for 6 weeks. So let's see how a defensive lineman does an onside kick. Very poorly. Good to know that I'm not the only one that can't do an onside kick. Alright, the Steelers do have 3 timeouts, but at least I recovered the onside kick, which was job number 1. Now job number 2 is get a first down, and let's end this thing. Oh boy, Mingo fumbled last time he got the ball. They'll give it to him. He's able to hold on to it, which is good. 5-yard gain also. 5 more yards to end this thing. Five more yards is what we want. Stone. It's a couple yards. 3rd and 3 coming up. Big play in this game. Broncos need a first down. Steelers need a stop. Man, that's incomplete. Nice coverage by the stupid Steelers. Oh, 50-yarder. I just don't think so. No, I don't think so. Let's go for it again. Let's hope that we can figure out a better play this time. Mingo gets hammered, does not get the first down, and Bobby Lane comes running onto the field again. Dislocated hip and all. He's going to make the call in the huddle. And then, of course, he will leave so that Brown, the man who's not injured, can actually play the game. There's a completion, but it's not for many yards. And we'll take that as the clock ticks now 30, down to 30 seconds. They might spike it here. Brown spikes it into the ground. They have 24 seconds. They still have a timeout. I'm surprised they went with the spike there because now it's 3rd down. But they still have a timeout, which is the terrible news because they can use the middle of the field. There's the completion, and oh, they say he did not get out of bounds. Oh, that might be a friendly call by the ref there. They might have just screwed the Steelers. I thought he got out. Brown will spike it again. 7 seconds to go. Down by a field goal. They have the timeout. They can use any part of the field. Have to watch out for anything here. Let's go ahead and... Nope. Brown's looking deep. It's tipped and intercepted by the man who needs to change his uniform. Just go down. And the Broncos win the game, 17-14. It's the Broncos' second win by less than a touchdown. And so this just in, the Steelers' Leo Struger, of course the man that picked up the fumble from Mingo, but was the slowest man that has ever run a fumble returned back. He's just been cut by the Steelers. So recovering the fumble is nice, but when you show that you're that slow, you get cut. Broncos win, second straight win by less than a touchdown that we had to hold on to in the 4th quarter. But we did hold on, so the Broncos improved to 2-0. Again, tomorrow will definitely be the Bills and Chargers. And... oh, that's tomorrow morning. Bills and Chargers will be tomorrow morning. I am certainly going to try to... get the Chiefs rated now after this game, and if I can accomplish that, we might have a Chiefs-Raiders game, and I'm sorry, Dallas Texans-Raiders game tomorrow as well. But anyways, thanks for joining, and keep the subscriptions to all channels here, the Vinny X Wolf, Tears89, and John M, so you know when the games are coming. Have a good night, everyone.